Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew, part 4. The reason your dog likes squeaky toys so much is because the squeak reminds them of small animals dying. Every day, one person takes the biggest shit in the world and they have no idea it was them. The entire universe outside of our galaxy could have disappeared over 20,000 years ago. This is because our view of the universe is what it looked like thousands to billions of years ago. Some tumors can contain pockets of hair and teeth and grow complex organs such as eyes, feet, and hands. There are at least 92 nuclear weapons in the world that are known to be missing. Brain aneurysms can happen whenever, wherever. Polar bears are thought to be some of the only animals that actively hunt humans. You can think about wanting to move your hand and it won't move, but when you want to move your hand...
Yo, what's up? Here's some scary facts about our world that you probably didn't want to know. Part 6. Thinking too much can actually kill you. So, us going to school, and college, high school, middle school even, is actually slowly killing us. If you sit in an old chair, couch, or other piece of furniture, you are more likely to get possessed than if you were to sit in a modern day one. Why? Because just like an Annabelle doll, a lot of furniture has been involved in paranormal and demonic rituals, and well, that puts you at a higher risk to be possessed. There's a river in China called the Yellow River that's not just polluted by trash. In fact, it's polluted with over 10,000 dead bodies. It is estimated that over 65% of children have an imaginary friend that is dead and has been dead for years.
Okay, you won't believe what I found. I just found something extremely dark. If you look at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice website, you'll see death row information. A list of people the government has killed, and you get to see who they are, what their crime was, their last statement, their name, jail number, and even the county they were killed in. Ooh, look, they have career opportunities. Funny thing is, the data is updated in real time, and the last person that was put down was on February 6th, 2020.
Normal looking photos that have a disturbing backstory, part 21. This is known as the pale blue dot. This picture is a Voyager 1 photo, and the blue dot is Earth. On that tiny dot is everyone you've ever loved and every person that's ever lived. This photo was taken of Regina K by her killer. He was a truck driver who would pick up prostitutes, runaways, and hitchhikers, and he would rape, torture, and sometimes kill them. While this appears to be an ordinary group of friends having fun, it is actually a group of Nazi concentration camp officers at Auschwitz. The man on the left is Edmund Kemper, a 6'9" serial killer who murdered over 10 people. The man on the right is interviewing him. After the interview was finished, he clicked the panic button under the desk, but the guards didn't respond. Kemper noticed his panic and said, "If I wanted, I could screw your head off and place it on the table to greet the guards." They entered the room 30 minutes later.
Disturbing facts you didn't ask for, but you're getting anyways. Now, I love The Wizard of Oz. It was my favorite movie growing up. But did you know that a lot of messed up things happened during the filming of this movie? Judy Garland was forced on a diet of soup, crackers, and 80 cigarettes a day. She was routinely groped and molested by a lot of the Munchkin actors. She was forced to film many hours every day and then given drugs to help her sleep. This actually contributed to her drug addiction and eventual overdose. She was even slapped by one of the directors on set. Additionally, there's a rumor that one of the Munchkin actors hanged himself on set, which many people believe can be seen in the background on one of the scenes.
Here are some disturbing facts about death. 2 people a second die. Some dead bodies form corpse wax. This is a waxy substance called adipocere and can preserve the body for years. After death, your digestive enzymes start to digest you in a process known as autolysis. The Zoroastrian Parsi community in India offers its dead to vultures instead of burying them.
3 disturbing facts about your favorite cartoons. Number 3. Peter Pan is actually the angel of death. He would take kids to Neverland, which represented the afterlife. That's why none of the kids there get older, because they're already dead. Number 2. In Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin has severe schizophrenia, and all the other characters represent his mental disorder. Tigger, ADHD, Eeyore, depression, Piglet, anxiety. Bloody sad. And number 1. Pokemon was never real. In episode 1, Ash Ketchum falls off his bike and lands directly on his head, which then puts him into a coma. And it's led to believe that his entire journey after that is all in his head. Day officially ruined. Cheers, legends.
Even more morbid facts. Drowning in fresh water is not the same as drowning in salt water, because when you drown in salt water, you're basically drowning on your own fluids. Countess Elizabeth Bathory was a murderer who used to bathe in her victims' blood to help retain her youth and beauty. If a loved one passes, you do not have to send them to a funeral home. In fact, it's perfectly legal to load them up and take them home and just have the funeral there. That is actually how it has been done for centuries. In about 2 hours after you die, your eyes begin to fog up, and they progressively get more and more foggy within the next 2 days. When you are embalmed, your body is completely drained of its blood. What happens to all that blood? It goes down the drain.
5 disturbing facts that might shock you. For 5, eyelash mice live on your face and you probably have them. 4, the red dye that makes candy red? Made of beetles. 3, doctors used to operate on babies without anesthesia. 2, the average person walks by 16 murderers in their lifetime. 1, a typical jar of peanut butter contains at least 10 rodent hairs.
Interesting facts you probably don't want to know about. There are over 200 dead bodies on Mount Everest. They're just lying there. A toddler's adult teeth are just underneath their eyes. It is estimated that over 20% of coffee cups have fecal matter on them. Yes, poop. There are some colors humans cannot even see. We can't even imagine them. Humans have only explored 5% of the oceans. What else could be living under there? And on average, we walk past about 16 murderers in our life. Chew on that.
Creepy facts you didn't ask for, but you're getting anyways. Part 14. The only evidence that we have of the deaths of most of the passengers on the Titanic are the shoes that are lying on the ocean floor. The reason for this is that once the ship hit the bottom of the ocean floor, all of the corpses rained down around the wreckage. Fishes ate all the corpses. However, none of the fishes at that depth were able to eat the shoes that were made out of leather at that time.
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew. Part 8. Pigs will eat literally anything. There are stories of pigs entering farmhouses and eating newborn babies. Speaking of babies, doctors believed that they didn't feel pain until 1987, so they would operate on newborns without anesthesia. Whistling was a way in which people would summon demons in ancient times. In 1968, every single TV in America shut down for 25 seconds, and there was a sound broadcasted on all of them that many believe was the devil's voice. People born deaf with schizophrenia often see disembodied hands signing them as opposed to hearing voices. A mysterious skeleton only 6 inches long was discovered outside a ghost town in Chile. It was declared to be human and lived for as long as 8 years.
Yo, what's up? Here's some scary facts about our world that you probably didn't want to know. Part 10. It has been said that in some cases, if you hear ringing in your ear, it could be signs of a dead family member trying to contact you. Hey, Grandma. Many statistics have shown that blue-eyed people are more likely to suffer from alcoholism and depression than anyone else. You've got to be kidding me. There have been some cases reported of doctors selling their patients' blood on the dark web. Number 1, why would a doctor need to make any more extra money? Number 2, why are you selling a patient's blood on the dark web? One time, a lady found toenails in her chicken nuggets at McDonald's. There's a reason I don't eat McDonald's. 4 actors from the Poltergeist died shortly after the filming of the movie because they thought there was a hanging curse over the movie that caused them to die.
Here's some morbid facts for you. Cruise ships have morgues. There has been cases where cremating a really obese person has caused a grease fire. If bodies are sealed in caskets too tightly, enough gases could build up to cause the body to basically explode. If you electrocute someone while they're submerged in water, it won't leave burn marks. According to one paramedic, the phrase, "I don't feel so good," is the most common last words. It's really common to break someone's ribs during CPR, and some people say it feels kind of like bubble wrap. Morticians basically use spiked contacts to keep your eyes shut after you die. When you get someone's body back after a cremation, you're not exactly getting their ashes, you're technically getting their crushed skeleton. Some cultures eat their dead. It's considered an honor.
This is why you should never mess with the autistic kid at school. In 2012, a kid named Jeremy was diagnosed with mid-tier autism. To make matters worse, he was also a Call of Duty addict. At school, he would act out cutscenes from various Call of Duties. Because of this, people saw him as the weird kid and he got bullied. Things got really bad until he couldn't handle it anymore. One day he arrived at school with a gun and shot all the people who were bullying him. What's really creepy is that when he was sentenced in court, he asked how much kills he got.
These are some of the most disturbing facts about food, part 1. Chicken nuggets are made from a meat slurry, which is pretty much liquefied meat product. Hot dogs contain traces of hair, skin, nails, and different meats. The Food and Drug Administration has stated that bars of chocolate are fine as long as they contain less than 60 bug parts. Pork tastes very similar to human flesh, according to testimonies from cannibals. The average jar of peanut butter might contain 4 rodent hairs. Double tap this video for part 2.